Hi, everybody. Jay Brightwell with Orlando Host here. I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on with the Central Florida market. A couple things. First of all, Orlando is the number one booked and search short-term vacation rental place in the world. Um, Pretty cool stuff. So when the numbers that are coming out of Orlando are good or bad, it really is an indicator of what's going on in the world. So I do have a couple updates, suggestions for my homeowners, as well as some people who are maybe just wondering about what the market looks like in general. So, first, the booking window, we at Grand Welcome are booking, Grand Welcome and Orlando Host are booking out at 47 days. In Orlando, the booking window is running 40 to 60 days, so we're right in the middle of it. What that means is if you're a homeowner, we're priced a little bit too high further out, and as that number comes down, people are booking a little bit closer. So we can look at lowering our rates a little bit further out. But we're kind of in the middle of that 40 to 60 days. We're right at 47 days for the Orlando booking window. So we could drop rates a little bit further out. So if you want to drop your rates, shoot me a note. We are going to look at dropping our December rates, but not our holiday rates. I'll explain why in a moment. There's one opportunity. My last video talked about somewhere around 40% of people are searching for 2-night stays. So if you're interested in lowering your nights from like a 4 or 3-night minimum to 2 nights, there's a lot of potential upside. I would definitely recommend, I don't necessarily recommend 2-night stays, but I would definitely recommend 2-night gap fills. So what that means is if you've got a 4-night stay and then 2 days available and then another 4-night stay, you can gap fill those 2 days so the house just doesn't sit empty. You might only get, you might get a small portion of it because it's probably gonna be like a Tuesday to Wednesday, but you can still fill the home with that space if you'd like. So the inventory that's out in the market, according to Airbnb, is dropping. Now, this, in my opinion, this does not mean that there's less homes available. What this means is that Airbnb is looking very closely at its review scores, its quality scores, its metrics, and that has everything to do with like guest reviews, follow through. So in general, if the home is not meeting certain quality scores, they're very quick right now to just kick it off the platform. A lot of, if you ever search around Champions Gate, you'll see like one home again and again and again and again. It's a duplicate listing. So one home can be listed 4, 5, 6 times as a property manager is attempting to grab market share. We obviously don't do that. Airbnb is clamping down on that. So that's looking like a reduced inventory. But I don't think that means that the number of homes that are available for sleeping is decreasing. In fact, I suspect that number is climbing. If there's a lot of people who've talked to me about the contraction in the market and wanting to go long term, I've kicked them over to long-term people, and in short, long-term people just aren't interested in a furnished home in the Four Corners area at all. The midterm, the 30 to 90-day stays, traveling nurses, we've also tried to go that route, really to no avail. Most people want to be in Orlando proper for the Orlando health system. People just don't want a furnished home in the tourist area to stay for a short time. There's just not much of that. The people who are looking for like the midterm stays are the snowbirds coming from overseas, and they book with Airbnb and VRBO, which leads me to another opportunity. If you would like an early bird discount attached to your home, what this means is somebody who's booking early, like farther out in advance, reach out to me. It will mean that you get a lower price per night, but it does mean that you're securing something further down the line. Why that could be important? Last year, if you remember from videos, the market's down about 40% in general in the Central Florida, Orlando, Four Corners area. This year, and this is what you all want to know, ADR is down 14 to 15%. So that's a little bit frustrating because if you remember the Q1 video, we were trending 9 to 10 or 11% up, which is called 10% upwards in Q1. Q2 is basically just a massive dumpster fire in short. Because you don't get to 14, 15% down year over year when you were up 9% without a significant traction in Q2. So that means April, May, and June were down significantly. April, anecdotally, was very much down in Orlando. Our Passover friends who come for 2-3 weeks just didn't show up in Orlando for whatever reason. I do know that there's some Jewish-specific communities that have been built in the area, and maybe that's pulling more of them into those communities, and those are done more through like Jewish networks uh, and I've had these conversations with some of these people who want to have like kosher homes, etc. We can't do that because you really have to discriminate then and say, look, you can only stay here if you follow a certain religion or certain practice. So we can't really tap into that community. We can just leave it. We have to leave it available and open. But we really tried to spike rates this last April, and again, just very very few of our Passover friends showed up this year. Um, for us personally, our portfolio, we're seeing a 3% contraction. So we are beating the market by about 11%. Bad math. So we're up 10% on the market in terms of ADR. Really, where we are excelling is in occupancy. Remember, occupancy drives ADR, especially when a home is onboarding. So the numbers are low, and then it builds with time. And as you build with time, the OTAs, the online travel agents, see that a house is doing well, performing well, so it promotes it more. They need to know that they're going to make money off of you, not just have a guest go to it, click it, and navigate away. They don't want that. They want them to stay in the home, price it out, and book it. So we're doing well with that, but in general, our ADR year over year is down 3%. Again, the market is down 14 to 15%. So not great stuff. Again, opportunities for your home to do better. Let me know if you want early bird discounts, 2 night stays on gap fills. Again, you have to send me a note, or I'm not going to action your home. And just making sure the quality review scores are high. And what this means is investing in maintenance. We've invested a lot of time, money, and energy into our maintenance and on the ground folks. We've hired 2 new full-time maintenance folks and quality control inspectors. And here's my last point. The quality of the guests traveling is down significantly. So people are spending more money on the parks. People are spending more money traveling, and they're spending much less money on their accommodation. So the quality of the traveler and what they're looking for not matching up. They're expecting service at $300 a night, but maybe they're paying $150 a night. And we're seeing this across the board. Couple reasons. They spent money catching up on European vacations or travel vacations overseas after the return of international travel came back. The cruising industry's back, so they're spending money on cruises. So maybe you have people who are catching up and they're going on a cruise and they're staying in Orlando for 2-3 days. They just want something quick, easy, clean. They don't care about the bells and whistles anymore. Of course, having the bells and whistles and nice things makes the home stand out, but it's going to affect more your occupancy than your ADR right now. What this does for us is it creates very entitled guests. It creates very difficult guests, and it creates really high expectations. And as you know, like we're only paid on commission as a percentage, nothing further. So again, it does make my job a little bit challenging. Not your problem, my problem, and our team. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I do want to reiterate one more thing. It's very inexpensive to put in your home's board games. Those photograph well and those look great. They have these little 13-in-1, foosball table, pool tables. They're almost disposable. You're probably going to have to plan on replacing them once every 2 years. But it looks great in photos, and it's there. And it's something else to set your home apart. The question is, what sets your home apart from everybody else? What amenities? So pet friendly, that's a big one. People pay a lot for their pets. That could drive your ADR higher. The pet fees do go to our cleaners to offset our cleaning costs that I pay. So pets are a big one. Just these little game tables, board games, very simple things like this. And even in like the bathrooms, it's like a Mickey Mouse shower seems to really like make a difference. Like just a shower curtain with Mickey Mouse on it and a Mickey Mouse fat head on the wall. Those things just really seem to again do well. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. So we're in July here. So we're in Q3 now. So this is really the Q2 update. And again, overall, we need to continue our focus on the quality scores being high, investing in maintenance, fight this ADR drop, and see what fall is going to be. October looks strong. September is always going to be weak. August doesn't look great. Doesn't look terrible. But again, you're kind of into a shoulder month with August and September. And October, it looks like it's starting to pick up a little bit more. You get a lot of people traveling for Halloween here, for specifically Universal Studios. I know Disney does something as well. Looking forward to 2025, we do have Epic Universe. If you've been down here and you drove down Sand Lake or by the convention center, you've seen that they've got this new Harry Potter's Ministry of Magic thing, Dragons, How to Train Your Dragon Land. Super Mario World is going in there, and then there's like a villain land. So I think those are the like 4 or 5 main themes that are going in there sometime in 2025. So what that's going to do, not entirely sure. I do know that I personally am excited about it. Hope this is helpful. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.